1 on NESN 360 and local broadcast partners.
Tsongas Center in Lowell. It's Massachusetts Pirates football. Tonight it's the season opener for defending Eastern Conference champions as the Pirates host the Jacksonville Sharks. Hello again, everybody. I'm Mick Monaghan, joined once again by John Meter-Burrell. I'm glad you're with us for another season of Massachusetts Pirates football. Last year, the Eastern Conference champs went all the way to the final before losing to Arizona. But, John, the cupboard is not bare. They've returned many of those players who played in that title game.
Yeah, the second season in Lowell should be another exciting one. Mick, 40% of the team is returning. They were 10-9 last year, close to a dream season. Lost the championship game to Arizona, but there's a newfound energy. They have a new head coach. There's a new quarterback. There's a new running back. New is an operative word. It's a big one for us to use on the broadcast. Only 3 letters we can get by. So it should be an interesting season, to say the least.
Well, I wouldn't call the receiving core old, which is another 3-letter word, but they do return probably 3 of the top receivers in the league in T.O. Redding, Isaac Zico, and Thomas Owens is back for another run with the Pirates.
I think if you talk to any IFL coach, they'll tell you that Thomas Owens is on the short list of the best receivers in the league. He's the best receiver in Pirates history with good reason. He makes contested catches, and he's reliable. Touchdowns are his middle name, and every time he touches the ball, usually good things happen.
Well, the Pirates have one player who is not back, and that is Jimmy Robinson, a 1,000-yard rusher for the last 2 seasons, and as fate has it, he plays tonight against the Pirates for the Jacksonville Sharks. So we asked some of the Pirates defenders, how do you stop Jimmy Robinson?
A guy of that type of athleticism, that type of size on him, he's really one-on-one. So, it's more of containing him because he's going to get his. Honestly, man, you just don't stop a guy like Jimmy Robinson. Jimmy Robinson just one-on-one for real. Like, it's not too many people like him. The speed, the athleticism of a guy of that size is just unbelievable. The most we can do is really just contain him, play together, stick to our principles and keys.
Man, you got to contain him. I feel like a lot of good, elusive running backs have to be contained. If you give them that space, they're going to do what they was born to do and get busy. So you contain somebody of that skill set, keep him bottled up, make him limit his options. You should be good.
And another man who has to figure out how to stop Jimmy Robinson is the new head coach of the Pirates in Fred Griggs. He's standing by with the newest member of our team, Alex Sims. Alex?
Yeah, thanks, guys. I am here with the newly appointed head coach, Frederick Griggs, and what is this feeling like? Does it feel almost like Christmas morning, the first game of the season?
Definitely. Like I said, the guys worked hard, very hard to prepare for this game, so it's kind of like the first day of school. The guys are just ready to come out here and put on the show.
What is your team looking like this season?
We're looking good. We got a lot of new guys, a couple of guys from last year, so just putting it all together, get ready to go into this first one. It's kind of like a pre-test, so we're just kind of ready to put it all out there and see what we got.
You have some big shoes to fill. This team has made it to the playoffs all 6 years. It's been a team. I guess just what is that pressure like for you heading into the first game?
Like I said, pressure, expectation is all synonymous, but this organization, the staff, just the environment that we have, just kind of being a product of the environment, looking to continue to be the similar product. So it's not really pressure. I mean, I just really feel like I'm just a part of something that's kind of already rolling, and I'm just trying to add my own little flavor to it and keep it rolling.
Now, how big of a measuring stick is typically the first game of a season to kind of really feel out what your team is all about?
This first week 1 is like a pre-test for everybody. Just, like you said, just seeing what everybody got, making sure that what we see as far as the game plan for these guys is actually a fit for them, and just making sure that everybody meshes into the league or translates to the league as we thought they would.
Now, this team made it all the way to the championship game last year. Is there still some bad, taste in their mouths from that game, and can they use that as motivation moving forward?
No question. Anytime you go to a championship game and, you don't walk away with the hardware, you're definitely going to come back chomping at the bit. So the guys are definitely anxious to get out here and ready to, have a little revenge tour this year.
All right, well, we're looking forward to it. Good luck tonight.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, Alex. Again, it's the Pirates taking on the Jacksonville Sharks. The Pirates, all-time 5-1 in season openers. We'll come back with more of our pregame in just a moment.
Get Memorial Day savings all month long at all 8 Auto Fair locations. Shop over 2,000 vehicles starting at just $3,995. Drive home a new vehicle for just $149 a month or get 0% financing. Go to autofair.com to search over 2,000 vehicles. Then get Memorial Day savings at Auto Fair. Auto Fair makes it happen.
What is insurance?
Sure. Insurance transfers certain risks between parties.
Without insurance, the economy would really stop.
In simple terms, insurance is like community.
It's protecting every last asset that somebody has built over a lifetime.
You're in it together. You feel supported.
From the beginning to the end.
What insurance is just taking care of people. It's definitely a way of life.
Everyone's an athlete, whether you're 80 or 20, it doesn't matter.
And all the energy in here is devoted to them. When they come in here, the attention's on them.
Actually seeing someone walk out the door better than what they came in is just the best thing.
If you're functioning correctly, we're not only going to get you back to where you were. My goal is to empower you and to get you, better. You're going to perform better than we were before.
I'm super thankful to be out here riding my dirt bike again.
They're the ones who go and tell their friends, and they have the best stories to tell.
Gate City Casino, totally transformed. Over 500 games, including old favorites and hot newcomers. Poker, our new state-of-the-art room awaits. Craving roulette, Spanish 21, or something fresh? We've got it all. It's your favorite hangout, now redefined. Gate City Casino Nashua, your winning adventure starts now.
So we are set for the opening kick. This is Carson Hancock, first time he's kicking indoors in his career, and it'll be taken at about the 7-yard line. Williams straight forward, stop, and the ball's loose. It is still loose, and it looks like the Pirates have covered it up. Almost a disaster on our first play of the game.
And a good special teams hit by the Sharks, who are shorthanded. We'll get into their injury situation in a minute, but jarring the ball loose from Puka Williams. Good return, but he'll learn quickly ball security. That should be part of your keys to the game every single night.
Absolutely. So we'll give you the Auto Fair Dealerships Pirates starting lineup after this play on 1st and 10. At the 15-yard line, and they'll try to run Williams. He has stood up and going down. Noah Lyles, one of the leaders in tackles for a loss last season, is there to make the tackle. Let's take a look at the Auto Fair Dealerships offensive starting lineup. Devon Donaldson is up front. He is the kingpin there. Of course, you have the new quarterback in Kenji Bahar. Puka Williams, a new running back. But Owens, Zico, and Redding, your top 3 receivers, are right there. After the play, it is 2nd down and 11, and this ball is tipped. Oh, I thought it was tipped and incomplete, but no, they're going to say it was a running play to Williams. How did that ball get in the air?
Slipped out of his hands.
Okay, I thought it was like a pass, but
as we get another look. Yeah, it just simply slipped out of his hands. It's like one of those backyard passes that you're trying to grip a Nerf ball and it falls out. But there's an injury for Jacksonville. And you've seen a lot of indoor football. Game number 1, it's not the same team you're going to see in game number 5 in terms of nerves, in terms of cohesiveness on both sides of the ball. And the first couple plays for the Pirates have been indicative of that.
Now that is Noah Lyles, who they are attending to, the 6'2", 250-pounder who played with Tulsa last season. If they were to lose him, that would be a major loss. They're already playing without Malik Fleming and Ja'Cory Johns on the defensive side and a couple wideouts on the offensive side not able to go tonight as well. So after that play, we're looking at a 3rd and 9. The football currently on the 18-yard line. Definite passing situation here for Kenji Bahar.
And Bahar is replacing one of the best quarterbacks in the IFL, and Alejandro Benefiel, who elected to retire after a sterling career with the Pirates.
Williams is to his right. Bahar looking to the far wall. That is caught by Isaac Zico, and that is good enough for a first down. First catch of the year for Isaac Zico.
Zico with 30 catches last year. Was unsure if he was going to return, but much to the Pirates' happiness, he is back in the fold. And clean pocket. Pirates have one of the top lines in IFL. Excellent block thrown by big number 77, Navon Donaldson.
1st and 10, 23-yard line, and a handoff here goes to Tio Redding. He gets to about the 20-yard line before Hayden Hatcher knocks him out. Let's give you the starting defense. You have Noah Lyles up front with Chris Rice and R.J. Wilkins. Hatcher, who made a tackle, is the linebacker in the secondary. John Huggins, Malik Jones, Tyrese Ross, and Jordan Whitley. That's the Sharks' starting defense.
Not much room on the near side of the line of scrimmage. Good idea by the Pirates, but the execution was off, and that's credit to the swarming defense of the Sharks.
Redding did not carry the football much last season. On 2nd down, quick toss, complete. Zico makes the catch, shy of the 16-yard line, where he is tackled immediately. And a little pushing and shoving going on after the play.
It's Malik Jones on the stop, defensive back from Delta State. Bahar looks poised, and despite the slip out of his hand, the first throwing attempt, seems like the ball is crisp. He's reading the decoys well. There is a flag down back at the -16.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 11, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, 2nd down.
How many times have you see a quarterback get a personal foul penalty?
I don't think I've seen that in a long, long time. So it's from the spot, so it's a good catch and completion, and now they'll back him up. Jeff Knight is our referee, making that call.
So one of the things that maybe the Kinks factor in on opening night, teams have played together just for a couple weeks. March 21st hits, it's time to play. Not much time to practice in NFL.
It's a different form of March Madness when you look at it that way.
It is, yes. Emphasis on madness.
Yeah. So the football's at the 16-yard line.
You were going to ask me about my bracket.
No,
not that anyone cares.
It was a tough day for a lot of people. 2nd down.
Well, Gate City Casino hopefully had a good day.
They had a great day. That's correct. So, 2 wides and motions on the near side. Here comes the rush, and the ball is thrown to Williams, who makes the catch. Now backstrack. He'll pick up a little bit of yards, but hit from behind and dropped at about the 15-yard line, which would be a loss of 1. Good idea for Williams, but not able to get away, and 3rd down coming up.
Looked a little bit like Jimmy Robinson, using the board to his advantage, bouncing off, getting leverage, then reversing towards the near side. But the man on the spot, John Huggins, defensive back from Jackson State, there to make the sturdy tackle.
So 3rd and 4, or rather 24, coming up. Kayvon Bennett comes on as a defensive end in this pass rush situation, and the ball is going to be intercepted at the 15-yard line. The Sharks come up with the first turnover of the game, and that'll be Malik Jones with the interception.
Unfortunate situation for the Pirates. Design play, far side throw. Bahar was locked in. Too much radar on the intended receiver. Thomas Owens, Isaac Zico in the neighborhood, but you can't lock in, Mick. If you lock in, the defensive backs in this league usually are too good. Good coverage by the interceptor Malik Jones to cut in front of Isaac Zico, and that's one of those two easy patterns that Bahar's going to have to learn about.
Well, here's our first look at the quarterback, Caleb Barker, and the running back, wearing number 3, Jimmy Robinson. Former 1,000-yard rusher, all first-team IFL with the Pirates. From the 10-yard line, deep toss, caught for the touchdown. Karan Ashley pulls it in, one play and a score for the Jacksonville Sharks. It's 6-0.
Wow, that was quick and that was easy. Play action, Barker fakes the handoff to Jimmy Robinson. The beneficiary is the receiver, Karan Ashley. Beat C.J. Holmes. How many times do we see that? Week 1, go deep. First play of the game, take the money shot. Jacksonville probably had that lined up for the last couple weeks.
Well, here's the first indoor kick ever for Carson Hancock. It is on the way. It is straight and true. So with the point after, it's now 7-0. Jacksonville Sharks, they turn the turnover into positive points.
First kick ever for Hancock in indoor football. And it's that short memory thing now for C.J. Holmes, who had a good year last year, has played well for the Pirates, but shake it off, and you're going to get beat deep in this league. If you're an offensive back in this league, you know you're going to get beat deep. It is going to happen. It's just natural. The question is, how do you respond to that? How does the Pirates' offense respond after a first possession that was inconsistent, to say the least?
Absolutely right. One play to go 40 yards. Hey, fueled by a passion for sports and personal growth, House of Athletes is committed to inspiring athletes to break out of their comfort zones and reach new heights in athleticism. So here is Carson Hancock ready to kick it away. Williams, the deep returner, fumbled the last time he got his hands on the football, but let's see if he secures over more nicely this time. Another line drive kick that's going to bounce. Taken on a high hop at the 9. Williams comes up to the 20, to the 21 before he's finally brought down. In on the stop for the Sharks is Jordan Whitley.
It's one of those good AstroTurf hops that you used to watch at Veterans Stadium.
Yeah.
In Philadelphia. And Williams takes advantage. Your forward momentum carries you. One thing about Jacksonville, though, they brought some energy. They brought a lot of gang tackling to their special teams. We've seen that early. And there's a new offensive coordinator in town for the Pirates. Anthony Payton, no longer the offensive coordinator.
Correct.
Head coach Fred Griggs. You heard from Alex Sims and Fred Griggs in our pregame. And
got Mark Stout calling the plays on the offense.
Mark Stout, an experienced IFL coach.
Well, here's Williams on 1st and 10 for the 21. Nice gain up to the 24-yard line as he crosses midfield.
And why not run behind Navon Donaldson, who's 6'7", 335 from Miami, former All-ACC performer. It just opens up. When Donaldson leads a pulling block, everything opens up for the runner.
And the Pirates brought back Jordan McRae, who was the center on the championship team back in 21. So one step drop, and Benji steps up, and is picked off again. This is intercepted by John Huggins, who is still on his feet, not ruled down, and finally brought down at the 11-yard line. So another interception as Bahar is picked off again.
Well, he threw in double coverage and trying to scamper out of the pocket. Okay there, but kept his eyes locked on the receiver again as Huggins picks it off and does the right thing. Stays on his feet, runs it past the 15 to the 11. So Bahar has that radar on the defense right now. He's got to shake off the receiver and go to the secondary wide. It doesn't have to always be your primary receiver.
True. All right, after this play, if we have a chance, we'll get to that Auto Fair dealerships defensive alignment for the Pirates. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Great spot to be in. You can still get a first down at the 1. Barker, 1-for-1 passing, was a touchdown. This time he Tosses to Jimmy Robinson, who is stood up at the 10-yard line and brought down. Okay, here's your Pirates starting defense. Guy Thomas is up front with Dominic Quiwan, Terry Breckner, Sal Lapoli Jr. is a linebacker. Then you have Lewis, Holmes, Floyd, and Elam in the secondary. So after the run by Robinson, it's going to be 2nd down and 9 with the football at the 10-yard line. The wide side is the left. 2 wide outs on that side. Down the middle, wide open, caught for the touchdown. That is Jaden Stoshak. Played in 2 games last year, had 126 receiving yards, and here he has a touchdown against the Massachusetts Pirates tonight.
Stoshak making it look easy again. He's from Jacksonville. Good play fake by Barker, who was 3-1 as a starter last year down the stretch. That's his pitch and catch. They found the crease in the zone, wide open across the middle of the field. We saw Matt Elam, an experienced defensive back, motioning traffic, and the traffic was going one way and the offense was going the other.
Hancock on for the extra point. High snap, placement down. Kick is blocked by the Pirates. It's returnable, and tackled right away was Beckner. So we have 7:05 to play on our opening quarter. The Massachusetts Pirates are trailing Jacksonville by a score of 13-0. We'll come back in a moment here to the Tsongas Center.
Hurry into your local Acura dealer for the Spring Into Performance event going on now.
Excuse me?
Just let her sleep. Our sleep techs make finding your perfect mattress easy. Experience the Sleep Lab at Jordan's.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When the last horn sounds, Nesson has you covered with post-game reactions from the players and our hockey insiders. When the background goes right on cue. Bruins Overtime Live after every game on Nesson. Presented by BioToyota.com.
Don't miss the next episode of 310 to Left, the podcast with an inside edge from people who cover the game and inside perspective from those who played it. 310 to Left on Nesson Nation. Presented by Ford, the official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Well, welcome back here to the Tsongas Center. Mick Moningoff and John Mita-Perrell as the Pirates find themselves trailing by a score of 13-0. The Sharks have run 3 offensive plays and scored twice.
I think you would call that maximum efficiency.
I would. Isaac Zico is deep for the kick. From Hancock, he's been bouncing it all night long. This is going to go right to Zico at the 1. Zico to the 20, finds a seam, now dances across the 20 to the 20-yard line, and it's loose, still loose. Do the Pirates have it? Yes, they do. Back at midfield. Second time tonight, the Pirates have coughed up the football.
Isaiah Coulter recovered.
Wow.
Receiver from Rhode Island. And the swarming special teams continues for the Sharks. Nice seam by Zico. He took advantage, so they moved Puka Williams off the return game. Zico comes in. He's experienced back there. Ball gets batted on the turf. And Coulter scooped it up like a shortstop and fell on it. Now, see how the third sequence is for quarterback Kenji Bahar, who's playing his first indoor football game of his career.
And he had some opportunities to play in the outdoor, in the USFL with Houston. I think we got a flag on this play, so let's just
holding. Offense, number 55. 10-yard penalty. First down.
So Nick Ford, Utah product from San Pedro, California. This time they run to the left side of the line. You go to the right, Devon Donaldson is there, one of the top linemen in IFL. And Ford, you mentioned Jordan McCray. They make up that three-man wall in front of Kenji Bahar, but can ill afford any other mistakes here. I know it's early and there's plenty of football to be played, but you want some consistency.
Zico's on the far side, and they're looking to the right now. Bahar wants to run and will, and goes out of bounds at the, call it the 17-yard line.
Smart decision.
Yeah.
Just take a small bite of the apple. Read the defense. And it's going to be jarring for Bahar, who had a prolific career at Monmouth, one of the top players in FCS in 2019, was an All-American there, and he threw for over 9,000 yards. But when you come indoors, the game can speed up on you.
2nd and 18. Three-step drop. Now Bahar steps up. Shovel pass complete. That goes to Williams. Williams crosses midfield and finally brought down. We're going to spot him right at about the 19-yard line. Nothing wrong with a shovel pass.
No, that's a good way to improve your percentage and gain that confidence you need. He's getting rushed to double blitz there on both sides of the line, and Puka Williams will learn how to use the alley like Jimmy Robinson did. That time, Williams coming up toward the near side. And Williams certainly has the ability in the open field.
Very manageable 3rd and 4. Zico and Owens come in motion. Bahar looks to the far wall, but a Zico complete. First down and more inside the 10 and down at about the 7-yard line. Looks like it's going to be a non-favorable spot. It'll be about the 8.5.
But what you're looking for, Zico, huge cushion given by the corner, Malik Jones, who had the pick earlier. And Zico takes advantage, and Bahar checked off his primary receiver and found the Purdue product.
3 receivers on the near side, and they set up the blocking wall for Williams, who is into the end zone for the touchdown. Pirates needed the score on this possession, and they got it. 4:13 on the clock, and the Pirates are on the board for the first time this season. They trail 13-6.
Puka Williams, Kansas Flash, 5'10", but plays with a punch. And the C's open for him. Pirates love it when the C's open.
Here is the first indoor kick ever coming up for Timmy Bleakroad. I said, what do you want to be called, Tim? Timmy? He says, oh, maybe Timothy. What, they got me on the roster as Timmy? Call me Timmy. So here's Timmy. Here's his kick. And this one is good. He's 1 for 1 in his indoor career.
Timmy, as they once said in the movies. Yes, and he is kicking indoors for the first time after a terrific run at Nebraska 3 years ago. But what a drive for the Pirates. You said to me during the break, all right, time to hold on to the ball. They did put together the sustained drive. Mark Stout talking to Bleakroad as we speak. And they also got a spark. Let's go back to what happened on the last extra point attempt by the Sharks. Sal Lopoli, number 21 in blue, who is a Bentley University product, the all-time defender in Bentley University history with 337 tackles. His blocked extra point, you always put a star by those plays. That will come back to help your cause.
Absolutely right. The Pirates then got a little momentum, put together a nice 4-play, 31-yard drive, and they now trail in this ball game only by 6, 13-7. Chance to tell you that Orthopedic Surgical Associates is the sponsor of the Pirates. Live better with expert orthopedic care. Visit Orthopedic Surgical Associates with locations in Lowell, North Chelmsford, and Westford, Mass. Start online at www.orthsurge.com. Well, now maybe the Pirates can force a turnover.
Feeling out process on both sides. 3:31 left in the first quarter.
Bleak Road going for a deuce. Oh, he hit the scoreboard.
He'll learn scoreboards can be low and they can
Free
be
kick
high.
hit the structure.
That was one of the things
the
I was
ball will
talking
be
to a
placed
friend
at the
about last
20-yard line. First down.
That they says, how's the roof in the Tsongas Center? I said, well, it's kind of low and the scoreboard's even lower. So, 3:31 on the clock. 13-7 Pirates now back on defense. The ball is spotted at the 20-yard line. Sharks have it 1st and 10 at the 20.
Good to see some familiar faces back on defense for the Pirates.
Oh, yeah.
Including Matt Elam, who was a former first-round pick of the Baltimore Ravens. Number 32 overall in 2013.
Here is Jimmy Robinson, and he is all the way up to the midfield stripe. Gain of 5 for Robinson. Another look as Robinson is pulled down. So 2nd down coming up. 2nd and 5 at the 25 after the run of 5 yards by Robinson. Quick toss, and that ball is incomplete. Let's go down to the sidelines. Alex Sims standing by with Puka Williams.
Puka, that must feel good to kind of stop the bleeding a little bit.
Most definitely. But like I said, I got to give it to my team, my linemen. It was a good effort by them guys, so without them, I'm nothing.
Walk us through what you saw out there.
It was a backside A-gap open, backside read, stretch play. The line, he hooked them, so once he hooked them, my job is to get outside, and once he done his job, I done my job.
How important was that to kind of just get things rolling for you?
It was very important just because we was down. We was down 14-0, so.
Looking for more, right?
Most definitely, yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, Alex. So the 3rd and 5 pass is incomplete, so now it looks like the Sharks offense is slowing down just a little bit. They got a 4th and 5 coming up.
I love what Puka just told Alex about the offensive line. You and I mentioned a strength of this team, and there was a penalty before that play. Come back, they run to the same side, and the hole opened. It was an A-gap. It was a beneficiary that was Puka Williams, so that's total team effort.
Well, here's a total team effort needed on the defensive side now. 4th and 5 for the Sharks. They're going for it at midfield. One-step drop, toss complete, and it should be good enough for a first down, and it is. And who else? Jimmy Robinson on the catch.
That's one aspect of Jimmy Robinson's game we don't talk about enough, the ability to catch the ball. One of the better receivers out of the backfield. And Barker looks impressive, Mick. He's finding guys underneath the coverage of the defense. Matt Elam with a thunderous hit, which brought the fans off their seats at Tsongas Arena, but still an effective play.
Tell you a little more about Barker after this play. It's 1st and 10. Football at the 19-yard line. Barker, play action to Jimmy Robinson, and he'll be very close to a first down as he's down at the 10. He's a yard shy. Gain of 9 for Robinson. Barker last year played in the final 4 games, and they said, oh, he was 3-1, and they scored 35 points in every victory. And I go, yeah, that's nice. But if you look at what he did in the loss, they went over 40. He actually averages about 45, 47 points a game. Well, we have reached the end of the first quarter. The Massachusetts Pirates right now on the short end, 13-7 in Jacksonville. We'll be back in a moment.
This week only at Domino's, get unlimited mini-priced pizzas for 50% off when you order online. Choose any size, any crust, including new Parmesan stuffed crust, and any toppings you want. Get 50% off your perfect pizza or pizzas this week only at Domino's.
Watch this. Witness what happens to this woman's bags under her eyes in an actual time lapse in just minutes. The problem will disappear before your eyes with a revolutionary topical formulation that works in just minutes, and the effects will last for hours. Over 1 million people are using this topical technique to visually reduce puffiness and bags, even fine lines and wrinkles on the face and forehead. Introducing Plexiderm. Jump on board and say yes to this amazing $14.95 Plexiderm trial. Order right now. We'll pay your shipping.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known secrets about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. Call right now for your free book, and as a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report. We researched over 1,200 annuities and summarized the rates and benefits of annuities from financially strong insurers. Again, that's Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and a free annuity rate report, both absolutely free, for calling Annuity General today. Supplies are limited. Call now.
Call 800-555-1212. That's 800-555-1212.
Back to the Tsongas Center as it is 26-7. Jacksonville Sharks over the Massachusetts Pirates. And my question is, what do Karan Ashley and Ed Vander have in common?
They're both really good receivers and have scored all the touchdowns.
That's correct. They have all the touchdowns tonight. Ashley has 2. Vander has 1. Isaac Zico is deep on the goal line.
That was an easy question.
Well, you've been paying attention.
They'll get harder as we move along this year.
3:30 on the clock in the first half. Here is that bouncing kick, which has been so effective. Picked up about the 8-yard line, and Zico comes to the right along the wall. Goes across midfield up to about the 22-yard line. Nice return for Zico.
It was, and they're 22 yards away from scoring. The proverbial most important possession of the first half. Here it is for the Mass Pirates to stem the tide of momentum on the side of the Sharks. 4 times they've had the ball. 4 times they've scored.
Correct.
And it's time for the Pirates quarterback, Kenji Bahar, who's playing his first indoor game, to get a little bit more acclimated in leading this offense, replacing one of the best QBs the Pirates have had in Alejandro Benefield.
Yeah, it's easy to say, well, how come? Well, Benefield was, one of the top IFL quarterbacks in the last, 4 years?
Yeah.
So, play action fake. The quarterback will keep. Bahar goes across the 15 to the 14 before Lyles finally pulls him down.
That's a good start. Sleight of hand by Bahar.
Well, it's 2nd and 2 at the 14-yard line. Now it is Williams, and he powers his way to the 10-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Good job by Puka Williams, who seems to be getting more comfortable as well. He scored the touchdown for the Pirates.
Excuse me, I want to get a little ahead of myself. If you score on this drive and you have about 2 minutes to go and you have the Sharks get the football to start the third quarter, you might be thinking onside kick.
Yeah, the game flips.
Mm-hmm. Try to get 2 scores.
Which is why
you got to get it fast here now.
Correct.
2nd and 2. Or rather, 1st and 10, rather. Football at the 10-yard line, so it's actually 1st and goal. Williams strung out, no gain.
There was no blocking. That time the line had trouble following where Puka Williams was going, and the pursuit on the backside by the Sharks was impressive. Chris Rice, defensive lineman from Castleton University.
That's Vermont.
Strung it out. Yes, it is. It is about 4 hours from here.
Yeah, he's local, more or less. 2nd and 10. And Bahar throws it away. Noah Lyles was in his face. You saw Jordan Wheatley on the coverage, but he was really nowhere near the football. It was about 5 rows back. So now, very important 3rd and goal coming up at the 10-yard line. We are at the 1-minute warning.
Please reset the game clock to 1 minute. That is the 1-minute warning. 1-minute timing rules are now in effect.
This is where the loss of Jimmy Robinson will be felt even more. Robinson was Mr. Reliable inside the 10-yard line. They're at the 10 now. Mm-hmm. You knew who was getting the ball. Thomas Owens has not been a factor in the first half.
No.
And that 3-headed receiving monster that we talked about in the pregame, Zico's made an early contribution.
Couple catches, but that's all. So 1 minute to go here in the first half, and the Pirates are trailing 26-7.
So it's a feeling out process for this offense still as the game goes along. Your first half of the season has been less than auspicious. That would be inauspicious.
Correct. 3rd and goal at the 10-yard line. Single coverage on Zico. And they are looking down the middle. That ball is tipped and incomplete. Theo Redding was the intended receiver, but I think it was tipped all the way in. Noah Lyles might have got a hand on it. Another look at the replay. Right down the middle. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, diving athletic play by Noah Lyles, who's had a terrific first
charge,
half.
timeout. Massachusetts.
Timeout for the Pirates. 4th and 10 upcoming. 55 seconds remaining in the half, and you're down by 19. Too uneven on offense. Locking in again. Locking in down the middle. Middle of the field was covered. To the Sharks' credit, they've had every angle covered.
They have.
And right now the game is just speeding up too much for the Pirates offense, and they're going to try Timmy Bleekrode. Give him another shot of a field goal. Last one, 57-yarder, sailed out of bounds.
A chance to tell you that the Lowell Sun offers ad-free subscriptions. Check them out. LowellSun.com today. Bleekrode on for the field goal. Be a 25-yard attempt. Here's his kick. On the way, and this one is no good from 25 yards wide left. And the score remains 26-7. Tough half for the Pirates tonight.
Not much to hang your hat on.
No.
And an energized Sharks group in the far corner. First of many home games on the slate for the Mass Pirates. We can't emphasize enough what a great take this is. Entertaining, fantastic football. You need your football fix. This is the place to find it. And you can check out all the information on the Mass Pirates website.
And they're home next week. For another Friday night games. They'll take on Quad City Steamwheelers.
You and I are Mr. Friday night.
Yes, we are.
Used to be Billy Crystal was Mr. Saturday night, but we'll take it.
We'll take Friday night. Well, Sharks have the football. 1st and 10 on the 5-yard line. Robinson in motion, but they are going deep. This ball well overthrown, and it will be incomplete. Ashley was the intended receiver. So as they trot on back, we'll tell you that if you think it, Omniprint inks it. Omniprint offers extensive selections of promotional products. Visit either location, 92 South Broadway in Lawrence or 287 Appleton Street in Lowell, or see them online at omnidp.com. So after the incomplete pass, 2nd and 10, 5-yard line, 44 seconds. If they score on this possession, they really earn it. They have to go 45 yards, and here is a quick toss complete. It is Ashley makes the catch for the first down at the 16-yard line.
They're under control. And
he has been the receiver tonight. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Well, when you go 4 for 4, like you used to do all the time in Little League, it just makes everything so much more easier.
I didn't hit till I got to the Babe Ruth age.
Oh, yeah.
They
called you.
I was all glove in Little League, let me tell you. Good glove, but all glove.
When you got to Babe Ruth, you were Michael Jack Schmidt.
I didn't have power. Singles and doubles. Now, here we go. Let's get back to this now. On 2nd and 10, they're going deep for Vander, and that is incomplete.
Look at that catch by the fan. Keep the ball. Bring it home. Another great aspect of the IFL. But this is interesting because as they go for the deep shots, they're off kilter. So maybe too much bite of the apple here is throwing Barker off. He seems like he's a little bit more high percentage passer when it's over the middle on a 10-yard route.
Well, that may be true. The other thing it does is it stretches the defense, and now you start to back up a little bit. Maybe you go that intermediate route, and that opens up the middle of the field. We'll see on 2nd and 10 coming up. And there it is. Overthrew his intended target. Incomplete. That was Stoshak right at midfield.
And the Pirates are mixed up their coverages, too, which is a good sidebar for Fred Griggs, their first-year coach. Amir Ismail was scheduled to be the head coach, but he is now in Toronto. He'll be part of their defensive staff for the Toronto Argonauts.
Already pitched a player to him.
I know you did.
Gentleman I know from East Stroudsburg University.
You're like his bird dog scout from Pennsylvania.
Help the guy out. What the heck? 3rd and 10. And it is Jimmy Robinson going nowhere. He was tripped up by DJ Dale. He's a first-year Pirate, undrafted free agent with the Buffalo Bills. He played on the national championship team at Alabama.
He blew up the play. DJ Dale shedding a block.
Timeout taken by the Pirates. Chance to take care of a little housekeeping. Did you know the official practice facility of the Pirates is Homegrown Indoor Sports in North Andover? They serve Eastern Mass and Southern New Hampshire. Visit their website at HG Lacrosse. They're big at lacrosse up there. HGLacrosse.com.
We thank them for their support, along with the rest of our sponsors here on the Mass Pirates Television Network, seen locally on NESN and, of course, on the IFL website.
Yeah, but new platform for the IFL Network.
I saw that. Enhancing your profile worldwide.
Original IFL content to boot.
Monty Hoff's Q score is through the roof.
I doubt it. 15 seconds to go in our first half. The Pirates trailed 26-7. Barker on 4th and 10 at the 17-yard line. Retreats, off balance throw, intercepted. Marquise Waters picks it off. First turnover for the Pirates tonight, and Waters has his first INT of the year.
They confused Barker on that possession. He was scattershot. He was quick to release. Feet were moving in the wrong direction. You can see there he was off balance. Waters, who had a terrific career at Duke, one of the best linebackers in the ACC when he played there 6 years ago. Then he ended up transferring as he went to Texas Tech. But that's exactly what the Pirates were looking for. Something good to hang the hat on as they head towards halftime. You're down by 19 points. You have 10 seconds left in the half. Do you stay conservative and take a knee, or do you take a shot?
Take a shot.
They should.
Throw it deep.
There's no such thing as conservative in IFL.
I don't think so. Bahar, two-step drop, actually throws underneath the coverage, and first down. I believe it's a first down as they go to Puka Williams with 4 seconds left. And the Pirates call timeout. Now, I think one thing that maybe
Third and final
Puka
charge,
Williams
timeout.
and the rest of the first-year indoor football league players have to know is 1-minute timing rules, you can take yourself out of bounds by hitting the wall and stopping the clock. Now, he does get out of bounds. That's because he's tackled out of bounds or they blow him dead. But if you want to save that extra second or so, just take yourself out.
That's a great point. 1-minute timing rules are imperative for those of you new to indoor football because it brings more strategy into the game as well. Fred Griggs, first-year coach, learning the rules as he goes along, too. He's been in the indoor league a long time, but still, when you're the man in charge, you can't let the game get away from you.
No. The Pirates will try a field goal. It's going to be spotted at the 15. That's a 43-yard attempt here, which is a lot more makeable for Timmy Bleekrode instead of that 57-yarder he tried earlier.
He was 9 of 12 for Nebraska in 2022.
And timeout taken by the Sharks.
Also a former punter at Furman.
He was a big-time punter at Furman. That's where he had all conference selections.
Yep. The Paladins.
Correct.
Averaged 43 yards a kick. His last year there before transferring to Nebraska where he hit 34 of 35 extra points. But different ball game. Kicking indoors, narrow goalposts, quirkiness.
Yep.
Different feel of the game. Kickers are unique in their mindsets. We all know that. They have a unique outlook on life. No back-to-back timeouts. You can't acknowledge that.
No, but I heard
Good
Jeff
job
Knight.
by our.
He's all over it.
Good job by our production crew picking up Jeff Knight, the referee.
So here is the 43-yard field goal attempt. Timmy Bleekrode. Placement down, kick on the way, and this one is just wide as time expires. So the 43-yarder is no good. We have played our first half here at the Tsongas Center. 26-7, the Jacksonville Sharks over the Pirates. We'll take a timeout and come back to the Tsongas Center in just a moment.
On the field, protection is everything for the Pirates.
And off the field, my job is to protect what matters most, just like I do for my own family.
From your home to your business, your car to your loved ones, Norwood Insurance has you covered.
Norwood protects.
'25 marks the third year of the IFL's community-driven initiative with our partners at Build Your Base. It's called Game Time. Our mission is to empower our youth with essential nutritional knowledge. In 2024, our Game Time events engaged over 2,200 elementary-age children throughout our communities, sparking interest and understanding that feeling strong, feeling smart, and feeling good all start with good food. Learn more at buildyourbase.org.
I love Lowell. It's always great to be here. Whoever has the knowledge also has the power. That's what this is about.
What happened there? That's on me.
Congratulations to you expanding it.
We're growing. We're growing quickly.
You got it?
You good?
You're good.
Oh, okay.
Let's go. Ready?
Hey, everybody. We look a little bit differently, and that's for good reason.
Saturday mornings, a brand new show about the city you thought you knew.
but we're also bringing in a number of different people who know this city very well. Your Boston, my Boston, and their Boston are very different.
New year, new show.
It's a nice Saturday. I had a ton of fun, and you will too.
Meet Boston with Billy and Jenny, Saturday mornings at 9:30, only on Nesson.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Hey, there he is. Let's do this.
Hey, you ready?
Yeah.
We're up, guys. All right.
Now, from the longest-lasting brand, you could get $4.99 for $60 on an adventure-seeking all-wheel drive RAV4. Plus, get 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Yeah.
Come on.
Toyota, let's go places.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to PowerSwabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. PowerSwabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stained caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth, PowerSwabs can target that area using swab precision.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. And he said, I can't believe how white your teeth are. From that point on, I've been sold.
Order PowerSwabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free quick stick pen with your order. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
That's what checking used to mean to me. These days, it means something totally different.
Avidya Bank offers a variety of great checking accounts. They have something for everyone, from free checking to premier checking with added benefits.
Mr. Bergeron, we just need you to sign one thing.
I should have seen that coming.
Avidya Bank, honest to goodness. Member FDIC, member DIF.
Welcome back here to Tsongas Center. Time now for the golf halftime report. John, not a lot of happy things to talk about in the first half here for Pirates fans because they were actually intercepted on their first two possessions. And the first interception led to a touchdown catch by Karan Ashley, his first of two on the night.
Yeah, they went right down Broadway, and a lot of times you see in this league, after a turnover, teams will do this, go deep. And Ashley beat C.J. Holmes and the extra special sauce at the end of that dance. Good play action by the quarterback Barker, pressured by Sal Lipoli, and then another touchdown as he hit the Stoshak, who was wide open in the back of the end zone. Stoshak, and they just spread the ball around, Mick. Equal opportunity distributor, another one there, back of the end zone to Stoshak. And how about this? Barker, pitch and catch.
Yeah,
breakdowns in the middle of the defense.
Made it 13-0 before the Pirates would get on the scoreboard, and it was a toss to Williams, and Puka Williams gets his first touchdown in a Pirates uniform.
Yeah, Puka said it was all about his offensive line as he spoke with Alex Sims during the first half. It was all about opening that big hole in the A-gap. And Puka Williams, hopefully there'll be more of that. Hopefully he'll be dancing throughout. I love the dances. And I think that's a big part of what the IFL can bring, the celebrations after a touchdown. Very entertaining. But the fans at Tsongas Center weren't entertained by much. But I think the good news, as you brought up before our halftime break, is the fact that defense might have gained a little bit of confidence at the end of the half and maybe figured something out in solving the riddle that is Caleb Barker.
Yeah, it was 13-7 at the end of the first quarter, and then you had Barker throwing touchdown passes to Ashley once again, and then the final one to Eddie Vander, who makes the catch. And it's just been one of those things that the Pirates defense has to find its stride. I mean, giving up that many points in the first half is kind of uncharacteristic, at least it has been in the first 7 years of the Pirates.
Yeah, and also too much time for Barker, who clearly was one of the best quarterbacks down the stretch in the IFL last year, going 3-1. So a lot of questions after the first half, but they'll have some answers in the second half. Get the ball. This league could be erased in the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of indoor football. If you gain that edge at the beginning of a half, you could take that a mile.
It is game number 1 here at the Tsongas Center for the Massachusetts Pirates, and right now they trail 26-7 to the Jacksonville Sharks. We'll take a timeout and come back in just a moment.
Gate City Casino, totally transformed. Over 500 games, including old favorites and hot newcomers. Poker, our new state-of-the-art room awaits. Craving roulette, Spanish 21, or something fresh? We've got it all. It's your favorite hangout, now redefined. Gate City Casino Nashua. Your winning adventure starts now.
Did I remember to close the garage door? I think I did.
I should not have had that 5th slice of pizza.
How do I throw away a trash can? Do I just stick it inside another trash can? There's no way that's gonna work.
It's totally closed, right? You closed the door. Or did you?
Just a friendly reminder, when you stop at Gulf, one thing you'll never have to think about is the fuel you're putting in your tank. Gulf, it all starts here.
At Planet Fitness, there's strength in numbers. The number of different workouts to do.
1, 2, 3.
Different clubs to do it in. Friends to do it with.
Looking good, everybody.
Yeah, we are.
And the number of ways to recover from it all.
You got this, come on.
And it all adds up to one membership. The Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend anytime, and recover in the Black Card spa.
One more, everybody.
We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Awesome.
I like it.
I love it.
You could get a Tundra, the longest-lasting half-ton truck, with 2.99 for 72 financing on most gas and hybrid models. Plus, get 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Toyota, let's go places.
There's a saying, never pick a fight with someone in Boston. Backing down?
Back off.
Not around here. You push, we push back. That's Boston. And that's Tuck and Pete Merrigan. You know them, and you know they never stop fighting for injured clients. These guys don't back down. And Sweeney Merrigan's got the legal smarts to get it done. If you've been injured, you don't need a miracle. You just need a Merrigan.
I'm Meredith Gorman from Golf Destination. Watch great golf content every week on Nessun. Brought to you by the official rum of leisure, Goslings.
A stroke can be easy to detect. A loved one can't speak. Perhaps they can't move. But there's another sign of a stroke that many of us can't see. It's called spatial neglect, and it can occur during or after a stroke, causing distorted visual movements. Fortunately, there's a solution by using optical prism technology during rehabilitation. If you or a loved one have experienced a stroke, ask your doctor about spatial neglect. Spatial neglect. See the whole picture at KesslerFoundation.org.
Let's fish! Let's fish!
The Mad Fisherman is reeling in the biggest fish and the best New England has to offer. Catch Charlie Moore Outdoors, Sundays on Nessun, presented by Obashan Hardware, Subaru of New England, and Eastern Propane and Oil.
Don't miss the next episode of 3:10 to Left, the podcast with an inside edge from people who cover the game and inside perspective from those who played it. 3:10 to Left on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Presented by Ford, the official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Welcome back to the Tsongas Center as the teams have made their way out to the field as we are ready for the start of the third quarter. Mick Moningoff, John Mita-Burrell, and Alex Sims with you tonight as the Pirates trail in this one 26-7. The Pirates all-time in season opening games are 5-1. The Pirates are 4-2 lifetime and home openers. They opened last year against Jacksonville and won that one 26-21 in the first game ever played here at the Tsongas Center. Going to need more than 26 points tonight to get a victory.
Yes, you are, and Timmy Bleekrode will kick it off for the Pirates in the blue jerseys, and Jacksonville trying to be impactful team this year, well on their way towards maybe turning some heads in the IFL. You and I both came into this game thinking, all right, looks like a slight edge for the Pirates based on just talent and availability. But Jacksonville, great coaching in the first half and poised quarterback play.
2 men are deep, and this will be King, Tyler King, who has a nice block and turns the corner. He's across midfield, up the sideline. Was he touched, or is it a touchdown? They're going to say touchdown. I thought maybe he was touched along the wall, but not the case. And Tyler King takes it to the house. First play of the third quarter.
He broke contain. The Cardinals' sin usually is running east-west on a kickoff return. You want to go north-south, but east-west contributes to his success. He used the alley effectively. One man to beat. Never a good thing when it's the kicker. He did it. And the containment on special teams, problematic for the Pirates. So just what you did not want to see. More momentum for the Sharks. If you're a Pirates fan, this is the last thing you want.
Unofficially, I'm going to call it 46 yards. I think he was just beyond the 5-yard line. The kick is on the way. This was not close for Carson Hancock. It is no good. And the score remains 32-7 Sharks on a 46-yard kickoff return for Tyler King. Wow.
Tyler King from Marshall, second year. And they have some dynamic influences on special teams. Jimmy Robinson probably get a lot of the run this year, returning kicks for them after what we saw him do for the Pirates. He's one of the best all-around players in the league, and now it's a matter of what can the Pirates offense do to at least sustain some drives and gain that necessary confidence. Thomas Owens, number 81 in your picture, was a non-factor in the first half. He's their all-time leading receiver and one of the all-time best receivers in the IFL.
Got to get him involved. When I talked to Jason Gibson, the head coach of the Sharks before the game, I said, who's your kick returner? And he goes, who do you think? Well, it would have been Jimmy Robinson, but Tyler King showing that he can get it done too.
You also have to rest Jimmy Robinson if he's going to be your bell cow.
Why not?
So
Isaac Zico is deep to return to kick here from Hancock. Here's the run up. Low line drive kicks, very effective. It's going to bounce to Zico at the 3. Cuts it back up the middle, sidesteps the tackler, and is upended at the 20-yard line. A chance to tell you that the upcoming broadcast schedule brought to you by Inside Lowell. This game will be replayed tomorrow, 5 o'clock on Nesson, and then we'll be live here at the Tsongas Center next Friday night at 7 o'clock against Quad City on Nesson Plus. And Nesson Plus has the replay the next day at 9 p.m. 1st and 10 Pirates.
How about Vander doing it on special teams, too, for the Sharks after he caught a touchdown in the first half?
Nice.
When you're short-handed, you need your players to contribute all over the place.
Puka Williams not going to get away. Mr. Rice throws him back. Forward progress is stopped at about the 16-yard line. Chris Rice on the stop.
Can't do it better than that for the pride of Castleton University, Chris Rice. A-gap non-existent for Puka Williams. That's the route he followed on his touchdown run. Much shorter distance than the minus 17 where the Pirates are now.
2nd and 13. Bahar has his man complete. That is Theo Redding fighting off a tackle and getting across the 15-yard line. Theo Redding with one of a few catches tonight.
Well, that's the guy you have to get involved, along with Owens, along with Zico. The three-headed monster. Theo Redding from Bowling Green, 53 catches last year, first on the team. Also had 11 touchdowns. But for my money, that's the best throw of the night from Bahar because he did it under pressure, and he ripped it, and he threw it in a tight window.
Zico's on the line. Owens and Redding go in motion, and here's a toss to Williams to the 10. Still going, and he'll be upended at about the 8-yard line. So Puka Williams with positive yards on first down. We're going to spot it at the 8 where it'll be second down.
Donaldson leading the way, number 77, 330-pounder, candidate for all IFL every year he plays in this league.
Oh, yeah. All right, the wide side's the left. 2 receivers on that side. A high snap, and Williams is not going to be able to get started, but a great second effort, and he'll wind up a yard shy of the first down.
Hayden Hatcher stopped his momentum. Former teammate of Puka Williams at Kansas.
Going to put it right at the 6 where it's 3rd and 1. That high snap, it looked like he wasn't really going to get started.
And Hatcher, number 14, stopped him, and then he was wrapped up eventually by Huggins. But notice the ball handling, Mick. Bahar, that's an element of a quarterback's game that we don't talk about enough. They have to be skilled. If you don't have good hands, you're in trouble.
Only need a yard here. Low snap, and Bahar going to keep it himself. He's at the 5, the 4. He'll have the first down. First and goal at the 4 as Bahar kept it himself.
Mark Stout, offensive coordinator, contemplates the next play with Bahar.
Well, the quarterback draw seemed to work fairly well there.
And a chip block by Puka Williams leading the way for 4 yards.
Lyles and Rice up front with Kevon Bennett. And nice misdirection, and to the goal line did he get in? They're going to say down at the 1 is Thomas Owens. First time he carried the football tonight.
Good call, that misdirection, sleight of hand. Good call, Mark Stout. Pirates offense searching for some sort of identity. You're in close quarters now, and Owens almost making the end zone. Official Nate Long saying that he was 1 yard shy.
Quarterback sneak for the touchdown for Kenji Bahar. His first rushing touchdown for the Pirates. Makes the score 32-13. Six plays to go, 30 yards for the Pirates.
And it started with that fantastic throw by Bahar. Finding the wide open Tio Redding. You could tell he became more composed as this drive went along. They'll go for 2. Try to cut it to a 17-point deficit. Keep in mind a couple missed extra points by the Sharks.
So going for 2. Bahar rolls to the right. Now the pocket breaks down, and he is down as well. So good pressure as they got to him.
Strung him out. And Bahar wanted to backpedal, but he was forced to run east-west and run away from the coverage of the Jacksonville Sharks.
I think we have one of those, you know, like a ripped jersey, blood jersey.
Oh, it's one of those spring training moments where baseball announcers search for who's playing shortstop. Trust me, I've been there.
Yeah, well, not only is the number not there, they black out the name, so you know it's not his jersey. Right, so there you go.
The rosters that we have up here, thanks to your fine work, he's not on the roster.
And that happens, doesn't it?
We could call him, let's see.
No, I'm not making anything up, and it's no fault of anybody's.
We'll call him, I don't know.
Don't say I didn't do my homework.
I'm going to call him Jimmy Monninghoff. How's that?
The name is
it's your long-lost cousin.
The name is blacked out. I love it. Oh, my goodness. Well, that's what it is. Hey, guess what? Off-season sports and physical therapy in North Andover gets athletes back to the activities they love. Off-season sports and physical therapy, the official physical therapy provider of the Massachusetts Pirates. That was as bad as that jersey.
Maybe you can get a creamsicle.
All right. Here is Jimmy Robinson for the 15. And he's across midfield. He's still going. He's at the other 15. How about that? Jimmy Robinson. Well, we got spoiled watching Jimmy Robinson here with the Massachusetts Pirates, didn't we?
Certainly did.
I mean, you think about it, he was all rookie performer.
He was a presence.
And then he was all IFL running back 2 years in a row with the playoff games, getting over 1,000 yards.
And he was relentless, too, and that was evident in the run back. Tackle by Salapoli, but every time you tackle Jimmy Robinson, defenders will tell you feel it the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the way he runs. He runs with reckless abandon. He's powerful, packs a lot into that 190 pounds, and now you're positioned at the 15 after your defense got a boost because you held the Pirates.
Fake to Robinson, and the pocket breaking down. Barker throws it, intercepted. That's picked off, and that is Marcus Floyd with his first interception for the Pirates. It's the second pick for the Pirates tonight, as Waters has a pick, and now Floyd has one as well. We'll step aside after the turnover. Third quarter with 7:32 to go. The Pirates trailing 32-13, but they got the football back, and we'll come back in just a moment.
For the Pirates.
And off the field, my job is to protect what matters most, just like I do for my own family.
From your home to your business, your car to your loved ones, Norwood Insurance has you covered.
Norwood protects.
Did I remember to close the garage door? I think I did.
I should not have had that fifth slice of pizza.
How do I throw away a trash can? Do I just stick it inside another trash can? There's no way that's gonna work.
It's totally closed, right? You closed the door. Or did you?
Just a friendly reminder, when you stop at Gulf, one thing you'll never have to think about is the fuel you're putting in your tank. Gulf, it all starts here.
I love Lowell. It's always great to be here. Whoever has the knowledge also has the power. That's what this is about.
What happened there? That's on me.
Congratulations to you expanding it.
We're growing. We're growing quickly.
Get Memorial Day savings all month long at all 8 Auto Fair locations. Shop over 2,000 vehicles starting at just $3,995. Drive home a new vehicle for just $149 a month or get 0% financing. Go to autofair.com to search over 2,000 vehicles. Then get Memorial Day savings at Auto Fair. Auto Fair makes it happen.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% financing for 72 months on this Silverado. Or current Chevy owners can get $8,350 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
What if I told you that one of the best things you can do to improve the look and performance of your car can be done for under $20 and in less than 30 minutes?
Fix your cloudy and weathered headlights with Cerakote's #1 best-selling ceramic headlight restoration kit in just 3 easy steps and without power tools. Just wipe, sand, and apply. It's that easy. Cerakote restores and protects, and for as long as you own your vehicle, it's guaranteed. You can trust Cerakote with over 60,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait until it's too late. Buy today for under $20.
This week only at Domino's, get unlimited mini-priced pizzas for 50% off when you order online. Choose any size, any crust, including new Parmesan stuffed crust, and any toppings you want. Get 50% off your perfect pizza or pizzas this week only at Domino's.
To avoid digital threats, just turn on NordVPN. Improve your protection against trackers, malicious websites, and malware-ridden downloads. Get the deal now.
Watch this. Witness what happens to this woman's bags under her eyes in an actual time lapse in just minutes. The problem will disappear before your eyes with a revolutionary topical formulation that works in just minutes, and the effects will last for hours. Over 1 million people are using this topical technique to visually reduce puffiness and bags, even fine lines and wrinkles on the face and forehead. Introducing Plexiderm. Jump on board and say yes to this amazing $14.95 Plexiderm trial. Order right now. We'll pay your shipping.
We look a little bit differently, and that's for good reason.
Saturday mornings, a brand new show about the city you thought you knew. Meet Boston with Billy and Jenny. Saturday mornings at 9:30, only on Nessun.
Welcome back. Start of the fourth quarter here at Lowell. Let's take a look at the upcoming broadcast schedule. Next Friday, you have... Oh, this is the broadcast schedule. Okay, well, next Friday we do have the Steamwheelers. We do have a replay of this game on the 22nd tomorrow at 5 o'clock. That'll be on Nessun Plus. And then, of course, we got next Friday night's game. We're going to replay the following night on Nessun Plus at 9 p.m.
After hitting the ground,
busy times.
The ball will be placed at the 5-yard line. First down.
Busy times on Nessun. Red Sox baseball starts next Thursday against the Rangers from Dallas.
All right. So, like we said, replay tomorrow at 5 o'clock on Nessun Plus. And then on Nessun Plus next Friday at 7 against Quad City. The replay the next night at 9 o'clock.
You can find Montyhoff everywhere.
Not really. Well, of course, our broadcast schedule is brought to you by Inside Lowell.
I will tell you, though, our third member of the broadcast team, Alex Sims, she destroys us all on social media. She has 31,000 followers on X. She might even have Elon Musk's personal phone number.
She might. You never know. Fourth quarter. Pirates from the 5-yard line. Loading up, and that ball is dislodged. It's near the end zone and near the goal line. It is recovered at the 1 by the Sharks. That'll be the 4th turnover of the night. And I think it was R.J. Wilkins. It was who came up with the fumble recovery.
It's amazing how fast the game can get away from you in 2.5 minutes. That's what's happened to the Mass Pirates. Bull rush by Lyles, got around Ford.
Oh, it went right through his legs, and look at Wilkins pulls it in.
Wilkins pulls it in. They're at the 1-yard line, half a yard away. You have Jimmy Robinson in the game. That's usually money in the bank.
I'm from the Philadelphia area, so I'm looking for that little push for Mr. Barker.
The soon-to-be outlawed tush push.
Well, take advantage of it while you can, you know?
Packers have any say. Well, I'm part of the school that, all right, you want to outlaw the play? How about you learn how to stop it?
Yeah, there you go. You ready for this? Let's see what we get. It's going to be a handoff to Jimmy Robinson for the touchdown.
What'd I tell you?
Yeah, you called it. Robinson first rushing touchdown tonight. From 1 yard out. One play to go 1 yard. Hey, remember what I said about Caleb Barker? When he plays in a game, the scoring average is 47 points. They got 45 with a point pending. Wow.
Yep.
Called it.
Law of averages. you want to head to Gate City Casino.
Yeah, there you go. So I got it's Jimmy Robinson. Robinson with a touchdown. One play to go 1 yard. It's now 45-13. And Carson Hancock getting a workout tonight. Here's his kick on the way, and it is good. 46-13. Jacksonville Sharks here to start the fourth quarter. We have 12:30 to play in this one. And they capitalize on another turnover.
Points off turnovers.
That's 3 touchdowns off of turnovers tonight. 4 touchdowns over turnovers. 2 off of interceptions. The fumble recovery where Vander scored a touchdown, and now this one.
Yeah.
So 4 times, 4 turnovers, 4 touchdowns.
That's football 101. Capitalize on turnovers, score off of them.
Now, I don't know if anybody read this online, but I wrote an article that was called Fact or Fiction. It's on the Mass Pirates website if anybody wants to check it out. And we took a look at myths, right?
I love how you
win the turnover battle, you win the game. Is that really true? And it turns out, yes, it is exactly true.
No, good on you for actually illuminating football cognoscente with that information.
And it's like, they just say that. No, it's a real fact.
True.
You know, I broke it down.
We're written with cliches, but sometimes they're a cliche because they're true.
Yeah, well, it becomes passé more than cliche. Here's the kick. Oh, it is a live ball. It was touched by one of the up men, and it is Thomas who picks it up, and he rolls forward across the 25 to about the 21-yard line. Official practice facility of the Pirates is homegrown indoor sports in North Andover that serves Eastern Mass and Southern New Hampshire. Visit their website at hgrlacrosse.com. And the Lowell Sun offers ad-free subscriptions. That's right. All your sports scores and information without the pop-up ads. Visit lowellsun.com. All right. Pirates down 46-13 in the fourth quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 Pirates. Football at the 21-yard line. All I really want to see is positive plays from here on out. And here's Buka Williams. Positive yard off tackle.
Give yourself something to build on for next week. But there's the ball loose again. The question is, was Williams down?
I don't think so. All right, I need to do...
You don't think he was down, or you don't think it's
I don't think it was a fumble.
Okay. But now it's a time to build on your point. Now it's a time to start to feel better about yourself. Haven't had much practice time. Opening night jitters, yada, 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 as Seinfeld would say.
I'm going to say Kayvon Bennett is wearing 33 because I don't see a 9 out there. They only had 4 linemen.
It's not Biscuit Bennett's son, is it?
It is. Here is Bahar. Kenji to the 10-yard line and a first down. And that is only by process of elimination do I come up with that. Because we saw Wilkins, we've seen Rice, we've seen Lyles, but we haven't seen number 9. So I'm going to say he covered up the moniker on the back of the jersey. And that has to be Mr. Bennett.
It's a good call. Cornelius Bennett, his father, Alabama Hall of Famer, Buffalo Bill All-Pro.
1st and 10. Here is the toss to Buka Williams, who has a touchdown tonight, and he's down at the 2-yard line. That's a late hit, and there's the flag.
Yeah, good call all around. Unnecessary roughness against the Sharks, and you're up by 33 points.
Yeah, come on.
That's the last thing you want to see if you're Jason Gibson, the second-year coach. Doesn't make any sense.
So half the distance, it'll put it at the 1. It'll be 1st and goal.
After the play was over, personal foul, face mask, defense number 2. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. Automatic, first down.
Tyrese Ross.
There you go.
Handed the penalty. Option toss. Buka Williams corralled there, and that's unnecessary.
Yeah, I thought Hatcher's hit was more.
Hatcher led with a helmet.
Worse than the face mask.
He came in like a torpedo.
You could have called 2 personal fouls on that.
Could have. Both of them egregious.
Yeah. Hey, Pirates have it. What I want. Positive plays, 1st and goal, 2-yard line. What do you got for me? You got Williams as the lone setback. Owens in motion, handoff to Williams. Touchdown. Buka Williams, second time in the end zone tonight. So Buka's got 2. 10 minutes to go. It's now 46-19.
That's a guy you're going to need throughout the year. He's going to be, whether he likes it or not, compared to Jimmy Robinson.
Well, I don't know. I mean, 2 really different kind of runners, I think.
I don't know. I think they're similar in that they both have a nose for the end zone.
Well, that's true, but I think one's more of a power.
I think Jimmy
I mean, Jimmy can be power when he wants to, but he shows me more of the
shiftiness.
Yeah, like who am I thinking of?
Well, you're probably thinking of Saquon Barkley.
No, I'm not thinking of Saquon. I'm thinking of the guy that used to be at San Diego and then went to the Eagles. A little guy.
Oh,
yeah,
that guy, Darren Sproles.
That's it. Yeah. Thanks.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense number 88, his first of the game. Jacksonville has elected to enforce a 15-yard penalty on the try.
On the try, so they're going to back it up. Okay. As opposed to taking it in the bank after the kickoff.
After the kickoff. But, again, conversely, now the Pirates, you're down by 27 points. Stay away from the personal foul penalties.
Yeah. Yeah, what I want to do is start working on things that I think I may need to pull out next Friday night. And Sal Lapoli is your center on the try. Here's the extra point from the 25. A 33-yard extra point attempt is no good. So the score remains 46-19. Again, the uprights are 8 yards back, so you can always add the 8 yards to the try. And good, no good from 33.
Good bid by Bleak Road. Had enough distance, but wide left. I like Lapoli long snapping. I wonder if we'll see that on Monday when he's at BC's Pro Day. He'll be one of 2 Bentley University players represented. And
you have any? It's at BC.
Yeah, you have.
So you have BC players.
4 BC players likely to be drafted. 1 in the first round, Donovan Ezeraku, who was the ACC Defensive Player of the Year, who's in the top 25 in many mock drafts. Ozzie Trapillo, an offensive lineman, Drew Kendall, an offensive lineman, Cam Horsley, defensive tackle. So 4 will go. We'll have coverage of that on ACC Network on Monday.
And there you go. A shameless plug for the guy that does, the guy that does BC football. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, don't forget, you think it, Omniprint inks it. Omniprint offering extensive selections of promotional products. Visit either location, 92 South Broadway in Lawrence or 287 Appleton Street in Lowell, or visit them online.
What's the most encouraging sign that a coach will tell you in a blowout? Does the team stop playing, or do they continue to emphasize their grit?
I think the most encouraging thing in a blowout is your team doesn't give up and take a play off.
Right.
And the Pirates have not done that. They have scored again here with 8:59 to go as they trail 46-19. And the other thing that I always used to talk to Ivy League coaches, I used to do some games down in the Princeton area and with Princeton and Penn, and it was the teams developed leaps and bounds from week 1 to week 2. All right, this is week 1 for the Pirates, and they had 40% of their players back from last year, which means 60% were not here last year, so more than half.
First charge timeout, Massachusetts.
So now you need to get everybody on the same page and up to speed, and IFL rules and what have you. So, learning curve, and I think it showed a little tonight.
Oh, yeah, there's no question about that. You're going to have this week to go over this film and burn it and then move on and say, all right, we learned a few things. This just in, you can't turn the ball over.
Nope.
Other teams likely capitalize on your miscues. You have a first-year coach in Fred Griggs who is learning on the job. And take the positives away. Take the Puka Williams touchdowns. Take the occasional good throw by Kenji Bahar. The occasional good decision by their offense.
We saw a couple good plays out of Lapoli tonight.
Saw Lapoli,
saw
Guy
a couple
Thomas.
plays out of Thomas tonight. There's a flag dropped back at the 1-yard line. Why, I don't know. Did you know that Inside Lowell is local news and information on all things Mass Pirates? InsideLowell.com. If Lowell's your home, then that's your place. 8:59 on the clock in this ball game. 46-19, Jacksonville Sharks. Many people thought Jacksonville would be much improved this year, and I think the reason for that has been what they did on defense. They brought basically, I think, one player back who was here from last year, and they're bigger in size and a little bit stronger. That's what Jason Gibson told me. He says, my defense is better. And not much of a return there. Good coverage downfield by Marcus Floyd, who has an interception tonight. Waters has a pick. Lewis has a pick. You can hang your hat on a couple things.
Yeah, you can. There's always a silver lining. Plenty of runways still left. Game number 1. Come back next Friday and things change in a heartbeat. But a lot of teams in the league are improved, and Jacksonville's one of them.
This is just one of 2 games on the docket tonight. The other is Quad City and Green Bay. Green Bay had the best defense in the league last year.
Every game
Fired
is
to
a
see
grinder.
them for sure.
Yeah.
8:17 of the clock moving. Play action fake. Quarterback keeps, and rolling forward for a few yards is Caleb Barker. Barker played 4 games last year, was a 67% passer with 14 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. And in this game, he has 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. 2nd and 8 after the run. Call it the 11-yard line. This time, handoff goes to King. King has a touchdown tonight with his 46-yard kickoff return back to the end zone. I guess we can recap the scoring a little bit as we have 7:13 to go. Now in the first quarter, it was a 13-7 lead as Malik Jones had a pick that turned into an Karan Ashley touchdown. Then Higgins picked one off, and that turned into a touchdown catch from Stoshak before the Pirates got on the board with Williams. Now here's a toss to Ashley, makes the catch, and he'll have first down yardage close to the 25. Jacksonville scored in the second quarter. Ashley, a second touchdown catch of the night. And then Ed Vander had a touchdown reception as well. And the half ended 26-7 Sharks. King took the second half kickoff back to the house to make it 32-7 before Bahar scored on a 1-yard run for the Pirates. And then, after a fumble by the Pirates, Vander scored again to make it 39-13. And then Jimmy Robinson, a 1-yard touchdown run up and almost over the boards goes King.
Too many game-changing plays.
Oh, yeah.
In that whole sheet you just read from.
And then Williams, the last touchdown.
It's a lot of red ink
Pirates.
that our professors used to use on us in college. You have red ink all over your sheet. And they've capitalized on every single game changer. The Sharks have taken advantage of all the Pirates' mistakes. And just when you think the Pirates gained momentum, which is another sign of a good team, the Sharks grabbed it back.
2nd and 9 at the 24. Fumble, it's loose. King still can't get it. Pirates have the football, and another turnover. And that was Kwewan.
Yeah, Dominic Kruan, Southern Miss, grabbed the loose ball.
So King fumbles, Kwewan recovers, and we will take a timeout. Pirates have the football back with 5:17 to go, down 46-19 in game number 1.
Everyone's an athlete, whether you're 80 or 20, it doesn't matter.
And all the energy in here is devoted to them. When they come in here, the attention's on them.
Actually seeing someone like walk out the door better than what they came in is just like the best thing.
If you're functioning correctly, we're not only going to get you back to where you were. My goal is to empower you and to get you, better. You're going to perform better than we were before.
I'm super thankful to be out here riding my dirt bike again.
They're the ones who go and tell their friends, and they have the best stories to tell.
Gate City Casino, totally transformed. Over 500 games, including old favorites and hot newcomers. Poker, our new state-of-the-art room awaits. Raising roulette, Spanish 21, or something fresh? We've got it all. It's your favorite hangout, now redefined. Gate City Casino Nashua. Your winning adventure starts now.
Did I remember to close the garage door? I think I did.
I should not have had that 5th slice of pizza.
How do I throw away a trash can? Do I just stick it inside another trash can? There's no way that's gonna work.
It's totally closed, right? You closed the door. Or did you?
Just a friendly reminder, when you stop at Gulf, one thing you'll never have to think about is the fuel you're putting in your tank. Gulf, it all starts here.
Welcome back here to the Tsongas Center. Let's take a look at our cross-insurance play of the game. How about Puka Williams? Dazzling the crowd with a one-handed grab. Off a bad snap, by the way.
Nifty ball handling by Bahar, and what a catch. Just magnificent by Williams and Puka. You're welcome, even though it wasn't a catch officially. We're giving it to you because it looks so special.
And here is Puka Williams once again. He has a catch down to the 5-yard line.
It's nullified by the flag, but our crew still figured, you know what?
You got to appreciate the effort.
Exactly. It was that good.
It was that good.
Beg for forgiveness later.
You're killing me. What do we got here? 2nd and 5 at the 6-yard line. And Williams, 3rd touchdown of the night. And there is your Pirates player of the game. How about that? Puka Williams, 6-yard run.
I think they found a stretch play that works. Puka Williams rumbling into the end zone. Folks, this is a kid who was the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year in 2018, Freshman Offensive Player of the Year. Put up 252 yards against Oklahoma. As falls that hefty block and then the 6-shooter in the end zone. 2,363 career yards with the Jayhawks before he left campus because his mother was ill and wanted to go back home. So he was in the top 10 on the Kansas all-time rushing ledger, and that list is populated by the likes of John Riggins and Gale Sayers.
Pretty good company. And hold on, got a whistle.
He's going to be fun.
Oh yeah,
plus he has a great name,
Puka.
Puka. It's like Mick or John.
Well, here comes the rollout, and the strike is 3 yards deep. Incomplete. Take your pick, either Zico or Owens, your intended receiver, but that ball's pretty high.
It was. Too much mustard on the pass by Bahar. But the Puka show is going to be overshadowed by the 46-point effort by the Sharks, but the silver lining game continues to play out for the Pirates. Impact players have been Puka Williams, Salapoli, secondary with 2 picks, non-impact turning the ball over 4 times, leading to 4 scores by the Sharks, and Barker picking them apart at times. 71 combined points, the over-under 84.5.
Not getting there.
You write that down on the sheet. Boy, my mind is playing games on me now.
There you go. Well, Gate City Casino said if you took the under, you probably cashed in tonight.
Don't you usually take the over in
Yeah,
the
usually
IFL,
you
though?
do in the IFL, but that's not going to be the case here tonight. You know, the Norwood Insurance Protector Player of the Game. I think the guy who may get my vote is the guy who is, you know, in the NFL they talk about the shield. Who's protecting the shield tonight for the Pirates? Puka Williams. He stood up pretty good.
And there's a fumble.
Well, the Pirates get this
kick.
one.
Yeah.
No. You know, Pirates have caused 4 turnovers tonight. And usually in a game, when you get 4 turnovers, you win. Pirates really weren't that close tonight with 4 turnovers.
No, the game never felt like it was theirs. They had their moments. Nice attempt by Timmy Bleekrode on the onside kick, secured by Kelly of the Sharks. But too many explosive plays for Jacksonville, and the game was just off kilter from the jump for the Pirates. And I agree with you. Our protector of the game goes to Puka Williams. I like that. Protecting the shield.
Yeah.
Protecting the Pirate cell.
Why not? Not walking a plank tonight. Here is the handoff to Vander, who has 2 touchdowns, a reception, and a rush. .241 on the clock. And we have a get another look at this. That might be Stroshak, who got upended on the far side.
Guy they'll be relying upon likely throughout. Gibson.
He likes his team's athleticism, and he says they're pretty disciplined. But he felt that getting Jimmy Robinson changes the entire picture.
Yeah.
Makes everybody a better player.
Makes them feel better about themselves.
And he gets the handoff right on cue and gets a couple of yards.
Salapoli wrapped him up. Salapoli's father was a standout defensive lineman at Northeastern. Also has become a pizza baron around New England, owner of Sal's Pizza. They're also at the TD Garden. They're at Fenway Park. So you want to try a pizza slice when you're here from your home in Philadelphia or outside Philly, you got to try Sal's Pizza.
I'll try Sal's. You know, I called some games at Northeastern. So
at Parsons Field, venerable Parsons
yeah,
Field,
when it was really old, and then when it got a makeover too. Third and 7, Jimmy Robinson, first down Sharks. Wow. There is no substitute for the explosion that back has.
Oh, and the Pirates have seen it out of Puka Williams at times, so that's the good news. But you're right on Robinson. He's the best back in the league.
Period. So, approaching the 1-minute timing rules that will go into effect.
And there's nothing he can't do in terms of his role in the offense. He's a Swiss Army knife.
That is the 1-minute warning, 1-minute timing rules.
This is why you and I talked a lot about last year why he wouldn't get a look in the NFL, or even the CFL, is that Swiss Army knife type player. Here are your rule changes this year for the 2025 season.
Yeah, in the kickoff rules, there used to be when you'd kick the ball more than once out of the end zone without touching anything, it would go to the 25-yard line. They took that away. Now, all those kicks that go out of the end zone without touching anything will go to the 20-yard line. Positive yards in the final minute. That was an old rule that goes back into effect. You must gain positive yardage now, otherwise the clock will stop. The linebackers can blitz as long as they declare they're going to blitz, and that can come from inside or outside the alley. The linemen defensively can twist. Twist used to be outlawed. Now they can do that. And wide receiver motion adjustment. You used to get a 1 yard grace period. Not anymore. If your foot's over the line of scrimmage, head or hand's okay, but if the foot is over, you are in illegal motion. And linebackers and receivers now can mix it up in the box on a play. Usually before you had to avoid contact if you're a linebacker. Now you don't have to.
All right, of all those rules you just read, which is the most beneficial?
I think the ball not going to the 25-yard line on a kick when you try for a deuce. Here is Robinson. No gain. And the reason I feel that is that 5 yards makes a big difference. Lineman going to blitz, you got to pick them up. If you're going to blitz, well, you got to pick them up too. But the 5 yards is like a grace 5 yards. That's done away with.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I also think if you're a wide receiver, you're thinking, boy, this game's gotten a little tougher now.
Well, you've had high motion for years and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And now you run a route through the box and they couldn't touch you. Now they can.
Now they can.
20 seconds left. Do the Sharks try to punch one more in on 4th and 7? Deep toss. Jimmy Robinson, 5 to the 3. He's got a first down.
He can take that to the bus.
I think that's going to do it.
That will do it.
46-25 is your final tonight. 46-25. The Sharks over the Pirates in game number 1. The Pirates now all-time are 5-2 in season openers and 4-3 in home openers. But a big night for Puka Williams of the Pirates as he winds up with 3 touchdowns tonight. And like I said, since he had such a memorable event, he's going to be our Northwood Insurance Protector of the game. We'll take a timeout and come right back with our postgame as we continue here at the Tsongas Center tonight. Jacksonville in a big way over the Pirates, 46-25.
Jecta Energy bars are plant-based bars that are made with just really great, healthy ingredients. And flavor-wise, they're delicious. I met M&T Bank through the startup community. That relationship has proved to be really invaluable. There's no way we could make the amount of bars that we needed to sell. We needed equipment, and we couldn't get that equipment without M&T Bank. As we grow, I know that I could depend on M&T Bank to be on my side.
Buying and selling a home can be really hard these days. That's why who you work with matters. I recently helped a couple buy their dream home even before selling their current one. They were both very busy and didn't have time to sell the traditional way. HomeLight's Buy Before You Sell program was a game changer. They were able to buy and sell on their own schedule. It was so easy and they were thrilled. See how you can buy before you sell at HomeLight.com today.
Where will you find your why? Grabbing hold as it sails by. During a summer full of wonder, an adventure under the stars, memories and moments connecting the near and far. When you find your spark, you find your why. This summer camp season, find your why for a better us.
On the Ultimate Bruins Show, your favorite Bruins spill the bees. And we highlight your favorite off-ice moments throughout the season. The Ultimate Bruins Show, Wednesday, 1 hour before the game. Presented by Jordan's Furniture.
Don't miss the next episode of 3:10 to Left, the podcast with an inside edge from people who cover the game and inside perspective from those who played it. 3:10 to Left on Nesson Nation. Presented by Ford, the official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Welcome back to the Tsongas Center, 46-25 as the Sharks over the Pirates here in Game 1. But our Northwood Insurance Protector of the game is standing by with Alex Sims. He is Puka Williams. Alex?
Yeah, hi guys. Puka, this one's going to sting a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it will. Honestly, it will sting because we put the team effort. We just started late. So by us starting late, we didn't come out with the victory.
Even though you didn't win this one, you learn a lot about your team with a loss, don't you?
Yes, most definitely. And I know we got grit, and we're willing to play against anybody in this IFL.
What changes need to be made moving forward?
I mean, we just need to come together as one and start off fast. Like I said, we started off slow, and the game just got away from us by us starting off slow.
All right, thanks, guys. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Alex. As the Sharks all over the Pirates tonight, but we'll come back with more of our postgame in just a moment. Stay with us at the Tsongas Center tonight.
Did I remember to close the garage door? I think I did.
I should not have had that 5th slice of pizza.
How do I throw away a trash can? Do I just stick it inside another trash can? There's no way that's gonna work.
It's totally closed, right? You closed the door. Or did you?
Just a friendly reminder, when you stop at Gulf, one thing you'll never have to think about is the fuel you're putting in your tank. Gulf, it all starts here.
What is insurance?
Sure. Insurance transfers certain risks between parties.
Without insurance, the economy would really stop.
In simple terms, insurance is like community.
It's protecting every last asset that somebody has built over a lifetime.
You're in it together. You feel supported.
From the beginning to the end.
What insurance is just taking care of people. It's definitely a way of life.
On the field, protection is everything for the Pirates.
And off the field, my job is to protect what matters most, just like I do for my own family.
From your home to your business, your car to your loved ones, Norwood Insurance has you covered.
Norwood protects.
It takes teamwork to succeed, be it in the community, athletics, or everyday life. The Massachusetts Pirates are more than a football team. They are a community partner, especially for our local youth, stressing inclusion, helping the less fortunate, and the importance of education. It's that winning spirit that builds tomorrow's champions. The Massachusetts Pirates, supporting our youth and strengthening our community.
The first step in every case is listening. We listen to what's going on so that we can create a story.
Dozens of firms where your case is a number on the wall. Here, the relationship is so important.
You don't need a miracle. You just need American.
The bottom is going to lose all cycle years later. Yeah. Hey, let's go. Oh, it's not good enough to stop that. Hey! Nice. Let's go.
Was just too easy.
When it comes to gambling, easy can be a problem.
Chip?
I'm not hungry.
All I know is that this.
I am.
This week only at Domino's, get unlimited mini-priced pizzas for 50% off when you order online. Choose any size, any crust, including new Parmesan stuffed crust, and any toppings you want. Get 50% off your perfect pizza or pizzas this week only at Domino's.
Dupixent can help people with asthma breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. So this is better. And this. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It's not for sudden breathing problems and doesn't replace a rescue inhaler. It's proven to help prevent asthma attacks. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of signs of inflamed blood vessels, like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop steroid, asthma, or other treatments without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
biggest difference between some injury firms and us, when we start a case, we are planning to take that case